This is my dysfunctional CIA family, part 20. Some of the stuff, okay, so my dad, I was going to put that in a separate. There's a certain thumbnail I want to use for this, and it's not my dad. I've got a good one of my dad, but like he's in Africa. I think I'll, so I was going to say, well, okay, I'm using this other one. But yeah, my dad, so when I was like, how old would I have been? Like 16. God, I think just turned 16 or something. It could have been earlier, it could have been 15 and a half. I think I just turned 16. And my dad had a girlfriend. She was like 20 or 22. 20 or 21. Some kind of young age like that. Not 23. There's certain things they can do. They're better. But she was like MI6. Well, it's CIA rogue shit. Like PK bar, PKs in Carbondale. The bikers used to go through it. My dad would talk about PKs, and he never drank. He had quit drinking just before my brother was born, until he got him started up again in Africa. So they're fucking with him then. Maybe they were going to get him started. But he'd just talk about it because she'd go there, and the thing, and it's something that's near the Dairy Queen, so that's all that garbage. CIA prostitution, MI6 prostitution, CIA turncoat. You guys know. And damn, man. Yeah, we went camping in the Smoky Mountains, hiking all around, my brother and me and my dad and his girlfriend. And at the end she had to go to a bar and go talk. And it's like she goes to some scuzzy bar, biker bar, with a bullshit, and then get on the phone or whatever the fuck they do, or to make contact, and it's garbage with their fucking bullshit. But it's bullshit because they run it like some bullshit and people don't know. It's probably the same shit, and it comes around and goes around, but it gets to be shit. And they're not supposed to be doing that. Because that's why they took care of me. That's why they took care of my mom. Too, they gave me, I had English horseback riding lessons. CIA lady took me out on her horse. One thing all around, all day, learned it, fucking everything too. Just that. And then we had a professional English horseback riding lessons. The whole fucking thing. Not to do the thing, but because this shit's weak too. But that girlfriend put my dad on LSD. So that might be when I was 16, because it was probably in the summer. It was a bluegrass festival. And my dad had never done LSD. And he's got to be like, Jesus, how old is he going to be? Like 45 or something? Jeez. Yeah, he's probably like 45 years old or something. And he's like, she puts him on LSD. She tells him to take LSD. First time. And like, there's all this pot. I smoke some of it. I guess it's the pot that she gets. But I was fucked up and all paranoid. When I was sitting with my dad and his girlfriend. And I was fucked up just from that. And so he goes on LSD too for the first time. And like all entrapped and shit. And then having me. And it fucked him up. And it was at night. There's just no fucking way. It's a torture. Then he has to go drive. Like it was some sick shit. It's like all in third, they do it on purpose. And work the whole fucking thing. It's a trap. He was fucked up. That's when, I think that's when they were able to work a certain thing and he turned. I mean, that's how he could do so bad. And it's like a horror. Last time I saw him, he was like having nightmares. Like we're at my aunt's house, the other one, not the CIA one, but the youngest daughter. But they'd set her up too. She has to marry the French guy. from Canada, that old lumberjack, offspring from the fucking thing up in Maine, right? And that's what happened until they divorced later. And she's, fuck, man. But my dad was having nightmares that night. Like, I slept on bed, he slept on the floor, and he was like yelling in his sleep. Because he said his back hurt, too, which I think is true, so he's actually... And I went out in the middle of the night in the Maine, that was like, and it's cold as December, and Henry's out there, or some kind of Henry. It's like the cow that's like a boy cow that gets to a certain age, and then they eat him. So it's like Henry or some kind of Henry out in the cold, and he's all paranoid, like his fucking death knocking at his door, because they fucking know. Horses are all in the barn. If it gets really cold, they kick and they bitch. The horses. See, that's the shit, right? It is, man. Damn. Forgot about the horses. Holy fucking shit, because it's all horse. Damn, man. Oh, she's in the fucking shit. Okay. Yeah, they set me up that night, because, like, I haven't fucking seen him in years or something. And my dad, we show up, and she's sitting there drinking, and she's, like, out drunk, right? With her friend, and they just talk bitter or something, and they leave that fucking Jack Daniels shit out. And I, like, went downstairs and drank it. Some. Got fucking drunk, and I went out in the snow. And it's funny, because I get real careful, because if I just kept going, it's out to the swamp, and you get lost, and you'd be dead. Just dead. It would be like... It's like I have this instinct, I guess. Because I did this other thing once. I do some other thing, but there's something about it. Walking out in the snow. There's this movie where these guys like get in with the Eskimos and the Eskimo girls, and then they make some alcohol, and everyone's happy, like they're drinking. The white guys show them how to do it. Then it's a fiction movie. They're all happy in their igloos and stuff, and they make some or their whatevers. And everyone gets drunk, and this girl falls down in the snow and dies that night, and then they're all upset at these guys because it's bullshit. Yeah. Damn, man. They have a really nice barn too, and upstairs. I used to put sand dollars there to dry. I went back to the same beach. That's Crescent Beach in Portland. God, there's no sand dollars. There used to be, starfish. I used to put starfish there too. There used to be, sea urchins and starfish. The sand dollars, they're just out there. So I guess if there's a storm, they wash up. But you don't find them alive. After a storm, they wash up because they mess around out there. But everything was there in the old days. Now nothing's there up in those rocks and stuff. I got some video where I'm walking around in there. I gotta fucking dig up. It's my last time. Because that's the beach I was at when I was a kid, and I found it again. That is the coolest. It used to be all wildlife. I don't know I think the oceans might have, it's good. They probably fixed it again, though. But, yeah, so that's that. They're in, oh my God, it all, is in the thing, and that's why they fucking do this shit up there. Fuck, and that's up in Maine. Up near Portland somewhere. Damn, man. Oh, God. So, yeah. So, yeah, they put my dad on LSD, that girlfriend. That's on purpose. No one will fuck him up. That's not just him and being weird and she's young and negligent. That's on purpose to fuck him up. It's not just because people can be neglected and not, just kind of be dumbass and not think. But no, that's just to fucking anchor him down. And he said he looked at some guy. There's some guy, and he looked at him, and you could just tell he was the devil. And he just says it like that. It's serious to me. And he doesn't want to talk about it. And that I realized later, like a year ago, a little while ago, that was me. So he looked at me like that. And that was fucked him up. And did all this weird shit. These motherfuckers. And then it fucks me up. And then they fucking put me on all that shit later. So that's the shit, man. Man, when I finally came up to Boston, I was with all the Timothy Leary people. They had been with Timothy Leary. And the whole fucking thing, of course. And all that stuff. It all goes together. They fucking did. They experimented on me. I'm one of those fucking CIA LSD experiments. But it's like in my six bullshit. It's so weird. They had to run it through the FBI. Fucking victimize him. You know, fucked his family up and shit. Like, make that a little dealer fucking thing. And make me be bullshit with them and shit. Damn, man. Fuck. Because they're fucking shit. That old guy was a victim, man. Yeah, that's what I am. A victim. That's from Clockwork Orange. A victim. That's what I am. No mouth better not get dry. Oh, that's the world turned upside down. The music. World turned upside down. That's from the English, the Revolution. They don't call it the English Revolution. So it was the Cromwell. And then the British, after they chopped the king's head off or whatever, and have a few years of the bourgeois revolution, and the royalists come back, and then they have take the same tune, and it's like, oh, and our great king, we're drinking beer with our king, so they use the same tune. So it's really cool. And there's a legend that they played at the Battle of Yorktown. The British surrendered, but they can't find it in the originals. But that's always like the American thing. They like to say that. The British were really cool and played it. We should get them to play it now. Well, they probably are playing it. We got Princess Beatrice. I always fucking knew that. On side. The whole fucking thing. The whole thing, man. You better believe it. Man, so you see this thumbnail, that's the one I had to put. And that's my analyst. That's the CIA. You won't find anything in breadcrumbs. You won't find the breadcrumbs. That's who writes the thing that Lucas reads, or the guys that the thing. And they get it all in my shit. They didn't. It's not just me. They made me. Okay, like weird, whatever the fuck. It's like I'm not an incel. I just play one on TV. Shit. But damn. Yeah, running me back in Worcester. So that's good, right? How am I going to find that out? Man, I know you're connected to shit, and you get to overlap. So there you go, man. But back to my dad, yes, they did that shit. And I made him drink alcohol. They fucking did everything. They ripped off all our money. They worked every single thing, man. Like all my parents, my relationship with them, all the money. You know, it's that kind of chump shit. Well, I don't know. It's like, I guess it's like, you can't have a politics, welfare politics, and certain things with housing. And so you just have the intellectual university tenure professor, and it's like that. And they're going to break the kid so he's not going on that track. Like, you can't put him on the welfare, or it's not nothing. And it's just like chump change. It used to be this kind of bourgeoisie. Well, Trump comes from that. He comes from the original, like, bourgeois, petty bourgeois. Like, it's German, like he went to military school even. That's the old, and they're always in business. Like our ancestry would always be in, a few generations back before corporations. But then if you break out of the institutions, it's not like you have a family that makes an institution, really. You have to go get through your college thing, your thing. So if you get off your life trajectory, you're kind of thrown, and then they throw you off on purpose, that MI6 shit. Actually, the fucking parts of the good thing, enjoy it, right? Because now, so there you go, that's my analyst. I bet it is. It is, man. Actually writes, because like, the psychological understanding and the intuition and things, yeah. I only talked to her a couple times. I talked to her once or twice, she's just a girl. But, damn, man, that's the shit. Because it fucked up one time. That's why I know it's Worcester, man. Fuck, man. Man, they had this shit locked up. You guys are like baiting. They always said, like, I was worried they had bed bugs early on at the temple, because that's the thing. The temples get bed bugs, but they just feed that, and they can work that, man. Like, because these guys are so clean. Bed bugs, they won't do anything to them. They just clean that up and don't fucking sleep like a pig. Because bed bugs never went extinct in India. You get DDT popularized after World War II, and bed bugs went extinct in the United States. And in India, they went extinct. Some people say they might have gone to the poultry farms. It might be the same ones, but it might not be. And in India, they still had them. But everyone can just throw out a little DDT. So it's not a problem, but it would be on the lower classes. So they always like to do it. And then when in 61 or something, they had the book, The Silent Spring, about DDT, making the eggs soft, making them break for the eagles, all kinds of shit like that, whatever. So they banned it worldwide, and then the bed bugs just come back slowly. But yeah. And in the Bowery, like Sassroof's book, it says there's a couple of bed bugs on Windowsill, and Prabhupada was talking to him. But like, how the hell did it get there? I guess the Bowery can be an international thing. So I was thinking they're always fucking around with that, making jokes about it. Not like they just bring them on over. But no, they wouldn't do that. And but they're so damn clean, man. You see how they are with the bunk beds, and that's how they talk. They talk like sleeping is dirty, which it is, because you can't. Something can get on you like a bug. Those bed bugs, and fucking you're not conscious to stop it. So it becomes a filth. And they just like But anyway, like see, DDT works because you can put it out, and then it just kills them. Any other insecticide, I think what it is, they can smell it or get bothered by it, and they run away. Like DDT is so strong that they're dead before they can smell it or know it. It's like, it's that strong. The other shit is like they can kind of smell it or sense it, and they just scatter. And the fuckers, they go on the walls. And because I studied this stuff, because I thought they had it there. I was trying to help them in my own way in exposing. I was like doing journalism, man. Talk about that. Like, I'm kind of honest. Like, I'll do journalism. And really, it was a setup. But they start dying after a year. They go to ground, and they start dying after a year, and they're all dead in a year and a half. So they can just sit there for a year, and they're fine to come back out. So if you bug them, fucking just go, and then they'll come back. And one feeding, and they're good. And you don't feel them. They crawl around and get on your leg, I think. But it's like a mosquito when it bites, it itches. And but chiggers or something, like it doesn't, but it itches real bad later. And that's what bed bugs do. It's supposed to be horrible. I've never even seen a bed bug. I got some pictures of aphids I would take, in case I was ever going to make a topic about it. I would show the aphids instead on a leaf, so it's not too horrible, because they're so cool. But they had to pick that thing. Isn't that funny, man? Oh, Jesus. They were doing that shit. Okay, so, damn, man. Yes, so that was the analysis. That is, man, I know it is, because it's a personal shit. It's got it, well, maybe. I'm not, I know the ship, I'm not a total head case. I know it's just a TV show. Damn, man. That's a good thumbnail, too, isn't it? World turned upside down. So there you go. And that's in 2002. Man, they're going to work the convention. They're going to have Obama talking inside. They know they work all the shit. You see the Secret Service, like fucking extras. Well, whoever the Secret Service gets or runs around with that shit is there. One guy. Isn't it the one guy with the big old square rectangle pot pan thing? He's Mr. And it's like obvious they're trying to have him see it. And then that's why they brought him out the side door. The Secret Service looking lost. A couple of years later, in 2004. So there. Hillary's running it. And, oh man. Yeah, I mean, some music. I gotta get this thing. Hold over here. Yeah, I mean. Sorry. No, you can have it on. I just. Okay. Okay, so I've done work with that kid so much. He's that guy. So he has autism, and he's like, how old is he now? See, I don't always remember because it's not always happy, you know. It's not like, oh my God, you're so much. Oh man, he was just like Barron Trump when he was little too, and I had him trained up. Just like Barron Trump. I had him good. So I had him, you know, like Trump goes around, trains his kid to go around looking like he has autism, his whole childhood, right? Meanwhile, I had my kid trained. He could walk down the street and not even seem like autism, not even, maybe like a little like Barron would walk. And then I stopped because they fucked with him at school. And there's certain things where he needed to be seen from a mile off. You can see his autism. So it wasn't safe for him, so I let it go back. Oh, plus because he gets in a thing, because he went to black schools and stuff, and so he's like down. He's always down with the brothers, he gets issues, and then there's a certain thing that messes with him, gets him going, wants him to be like that. And I saw him on the subway once, he's like, yo, like to someone like way down on the fucking train, man. But they're all playing, they're in on it, they're probably fucking out with someone in on it. And they set it up, man. But I had to let him go on the train eventually and go on his life, which I did. I made sure he looks like he has autism. I had him, like I let it go. He used to be good. I could always tell him because he wants to know. It was interesting. Like hold yourself this way, that way. Like Stevie Wonder, right? Like no one told him stop doing that weird thing with your head, right? And so because he's blind, and then they probably just let him do it. And that's what happened, right? So you just it's like a Stevie Wonder thing. But you can just tell him, and he doesn't get offended or anything. It's a different way. But see, the thing is, he's watching a movie. You tell him to turn it down. You know, I'm not going to. He'll turn it. It won't, or he'll turn it off. And it's like, so you get him to do it in between, and it's like he gets an issue. And he's watching all the shit. He's growing up, man. He's watching not the Sixth Sense. He's watching oh God, man. It's one of my favorite movies. It's totally what I'm like. Oh shit, what's the movie that with a horrible lawyer with a school bus accident, right? And he's going around the town after that. The Ian something, the English guy. Oh, God, man. I'll sue until they... And we'll sue until they bleed. Something to compensate you for the loss of your boy. That's such good. I love that lawyer. That's my role model. They fuck around with a movie, but... Okay, so... Yeah, man, so, the fucking, that's my other phone. Yeah, so they did that shit. I guess I'm back to the temple, yeah, they're running me, and they're running all the internet stuff, and working it, getting me a certain way. And shit. And then that means they can... Like in 89 or 90, they did something with Tom too, which I don't think is the MI6. Damn, man. Somehow they got him going. It's a little loose. And it's a poetry reading. And, because it's too weird, and it's like MI6 and infiltrating, and I don't know. Maybe it's with all the ends. Shit, I think it is, man. Or they do with that. It's like hard to tell which is which, and which comes around, right? And cause she's in the shit, man. She's fucking New York City art gallery and whatever the fuck all the way that whole or whatever the fuck it is. Everyone's got their husband that's beard, like the beard, they're a beard. I know that now, man. It's so weird. They're all running around. And you got the fake dudes that come in like, man, I'm just that. And you can't tell. Man, I have to have a beard, or I'm stressed, or is it that, or is it that in depth? I'm faking that out, which might be. Bitches, don't even tell the wife. That's why it's like that. But if she be, yeah. Damn, man. It's gotta be, right? And, because I took Tom, they fucking, all the shit, he's a doofus, he's fucking, how did you get that? He had to do something with poetry. All of a sudden with two girls, like he's standing there, and they do this dance with one of the Prabhupada tapes. They know I was listening to that shit there. And, that was early on, and, damn, man, and, hold on. With no shirt on, the two chicks. Maybe it's both of them or one of them, and like that. And they're doing a thing, and they try to make it like, oh, that stupid movie that Tom Cruise, or something he has, like Eyes Wide Shut, which I never fucking watch or anything like that. They try to fuck around with that because they work that, and it's always been. And they fucking do me. It's like ain't me, man. It's always like it's not like bad, but shit. And it's even like it goes both ways, and if I ain't working, because I don't think that's what I call MI6, because kind of, I don't think they do a good analysis now stuff, like not that level. No, there's a whole other thing. Like when I came down here, I said it. It's like Lucas and the whole fucking thing. I said they have profiling. Remember? They had the CIA. And that's like something else. Like you never get to see unless they show it to you. I guess you can find out some way. But they were like showing it to me down here. Like you have Lucas, like all this shit. They have him being my dad, like doing mannerisms and well, like some of the shit. And if you guys know down here, if there's different stuff since I came with Lucas, he goes, well, like if he does that or certain things, if he wasn't doing that before, that's from my shit. That's why I say he's related to my dad, which he might be anyway. Or they just like do it and you look up that name. Or like Lucifer, right? Or whatever the shit. That's that. And that's not the fucking, and they're, damn, man. So that was the shit, man. Damn, all Hillary, all Tulsi, they got the fucking work in Obama. That's a real deep state. It ain't the fucking shit they run Trump. Hillary runs Trump. The whole fucking thing. The real deep CIA. And the fucking scumbags can take over PK's, the biker bar in Carbondale, Illinois, fuck over the university. And they abandoned it. But damn, man, they just have to lay low. Yeah, they were doing. Yeah, they did, man. Maybe that's even why they get a thing. Because then it's like with Joe, he's like, they're coming in, they're fucking watching it, man. Yeah, Peter's not hiding. That's a different thing, though. That's a different side. Because, you'd think it'd be that. And, God, man. Damn, man. I ain't fucking hiding it, man. Yeah. Yeah, I need to stay way back. God, or maybe it wasn't. No, it's so weird though. No, that's something coming from the inside. It's probably in community church too, and something. And they did something. And they got some connection. They're not even running it like it's running Tom. And they got that thing, and they're just, it's like bait. Oh, I was gonna say, bed bugs. So you don't ever put any insecticide out unless you have DDT, because they're gonna run. They go in the walls, so you just gotta bait them and trap. That's what they do with MI6, just bait and trap. That's what they've been doing my whole fucking life. That's why I'm like all fucked up. Look at this, man. Got my lip. It's all torn up from that dog, right? And the fucking CIA lady Diane has a big old scar down her, or not big, but it's like got the thing whoosh, like a fucking scalpel quick, man. And she's all makes her frown, and like you could tell, man, she got dissed. Fucking ex-CIA. And then she did that dog thing to me. And the thing, it's all. And then what I got? Like all kinds of shit. I had tularemia. Gave me that. Probably the chickenpox monks run through. Because they germ warfare that motherfucker. That probably cycled it through. Whatever. And, damn, man. All this shit. And getting punched, like my teeth. Like, the one kid just comes up. I know that wasn't on Halloween. Because they set that up. That was the shit. Yeah, because that goes to the Dairy Queen. That goes to that whole area in that record store. That whole, like, little area off the strip. You know, and all the molester shit. And that's where they can live and be. And run the shit. So it's to come up in there. Oh, yeah, he's in my neighborhood. Damn, man. Because, like, no, they don't live. And the other kid's, like, way out of town the other way. And so they're just in there. Walking through. Maybe they would. No, maybe they would, actually. They could have just been there. But, yeah, they would have been. Because, oh, shit, that's why. Oh, shit, yeah, you know, man. Yeah, because I had my 6 down on, what's that? Damn. All the nice roads. The Taylor, and it goes around, and something goes up, and then you get to the thing, right? And you get to, the cool psychologist. They had the bikers that would stay in their house. And it would be all bikes, motorcycles on the front lawn. It'd be like having the Hells Angels, or whatever the fuck it was, all over the lawn. And neighbors would just have to put up with it. But that's MI6. That's some shit. That is the shit, too. No, now. Man, the kids good. They would adopt kids and stuff. Some cool kids. But, oh, yeah, it is, because it goes with the other motherfuckers. And infiltrated the shit. Because this is the military, they should know, I guess. Get infiltrated. Damn, man. So that's what we're dealing with. Like working it. Now I think, that's so funny. I'm trying to think early on. Because they got W.E.B. Du Bois's papers, all his videos at Community Church. They brag over it. They got the thing. That's got to be the real CIA. That ain't fucking MI6. But they bait him out and they lock, let him. Like that's Unitarian. With my my uncle, my 6. That was, man. So they just worked it with my dad, and worked me. and did the shit. His sister would just talk to him and be all good. That's why it's like that. And that's why he gets this thing, it's depressed. He's like, oh, it's like if you went through with your kid to the hospital or whatever or something, I don't know, you just can't fight anymore, you got cancer, like he's always, comes at it like that, like at some time, like at the end. And it's like, we don't even go through anything. Like he just makes up the shit, like I'm just dying, I'm bad. Like he's fucking, I'm gonna kill myself. He just said that once, like he used to tell it to my mom. I never fucking, God, that's crazy shit. And he just worked it. And he had his USAID thing. That's the thing that was running him when he went to Africa. Damn, man. I forgot that aunt, his other young sister, she had the horses. Because she'd have the horse, and we didn't really do, like, oh, we're going hither or thither with a horse. There's just the horses in a barn. And we go visit him, and he's cool. And, like, it's right next to the house, the barn is. Damn. Oh, these fuckers, man. I wonder if they use that line of sight, like up in Portland, the tower, the old watchtower. I guess it's good, line of sight out to everything. Maybe we don't need it. Out to the ocean. It goes over the barrier islands. That's what the whole point of it is. And our life-saving medal is at the museum there. Like, that's one thing I'm supposed to inherit. Like, is that, like, it's a giant silver medal, life-saving, second class. Like, our ancestors went and rescued some guys that were drowning, like in a storm. Like, it's like almost, like, really risky. And to go out on the shoals or whatever and get them in a boat. It might have been some like boat stealer piratey guys. Like, at least I heard that they had to rescue, but maybe not. Damn, man. Fucking ass, man. I'm gonna say. Man, they're trotting everything by in those pictures, aren't they? And they all have their plastic things. I was wondering if that's like, they have the little plastic bottles, and I was wondering if that, so MI6 would go and clack. Well, I think it's only, they don't clack. Only Lucas knows how to clack. Well, back then it would be like just CIA knows how to clack a water bottle. Right? And whatever they do. And if anyone ever dared clack. And then they could see if there's anyone like notice. And they might not, because it's just, they're running the street and it's like organizations, weird shit. So you got infiltrating motherfuckers. Now I know. Jesus Christ. I know Scooter's cool. I was calling Scooter. He hated me earlier. That's because Mauritius telling him I'm shit, and he has to do his thing, but it's a cover, right? Something, and he doesn't even know. They got me good, right? They got Mother Sandy in there, Jesus Christ. Mother Sandy, I was asking my wife, and Mother Sandy was way back. However that works. And she was always funny. She always was nice to me. She actually saved me once. So that's the thing I said. She kind of saved my life. She's like the MI6, like all the way, whatever the fuck it sounds like, but she saved my damn life. I would have, because me and my wife are kind of broke up, because I get these issues. Because I got fucked with, like, the whole fucking thing. That's why I'm just fucking master. It's always fucked up. And my wife, too, she got fucking, they took her out of fucking, she goes to preaching center in Gainesville, goes to devotees there. Then she goes up to Penn State. She's in the same year or a year after before as Valerie Plame. So it's all CIA fucking shit there. Working shit. CIA whorehouse. Penn State, trying to fuck with her, or likely, and do all this stuff. So she has to be the Hare Krishnas. And then at the end, she has to leave college with like 1 or 2 classes, like general studies she had to do. She had to do douche stuff, and she didn't get her degree till fucking years later. She's just bothered to do it because she has all this shit in biotech stuff and psychology. And so she worked at Harvard, but she didn't technically have a degree. And they fucking work that shit, and she just comes up to Boston, and she's working at Harvard as a lab tech, and that's the fucking shit. That's the real CIA shit, but it's they run it like garbage, which I don't know, because they've fucked with us. They might have given our kid autism on purpose. If you ever looked for it, because we probably not even vaccine. Because we went in there, if you work at Harvard, you have mandated health insurance. It has to go through a certain thing. He has to go to Beth Israel, which is fucked up because that's a Jewish hospital. But then they're like, somehow they turned. I don't think it's them. I think it's like anti-Semitic shit, genocidal shit. Something about it back then. That was the bad, and then it's all the hospitals. But there's something really bad. And that's where you have to have all the childbirth, all the shit. Even though it kind of mixes up. But the emergency room is evil. But and the police thing, and they might have done it. We walked in. First time we saw a pediatrician, which just kind of goes. It's in that same network. You have to go to Best Israel in that network. And it's when he was across from Children's Hospital. And when we first walked in, my son had never done anything, like he bit me right there. And he'd never done anything like that, nothing. Yeah, somebody already had autism. I don't know, what it says is something. Or they were fucking with us earlier with it. Probably did, man. Probably before he's born. Or even with the other shit. Or all the shit. But, the doctor, I said to the doctor, that happened to the doctors. I told him that so I hadn't met the doctor before. And, yes, Dr. Gorin. He's a cancer specialist for kids' cancer over at the fucking hospital across the street. And it's like, how the fuck? He comes in. And I said, my son bit me. He said, I have anxiety. And so he said, oh, we got to tell him. I think he said it to him, you get your face slapped. That was weird. It was just weird. And my wife kind of didn't believe me. It was so fucking weird. Now she knows it's true. I didn't even think about it. But that's that. And it might have been where he's getting the vaccine and that my wife thought maybe it was worse after. But it might not have been. Because that would have been, maybe all standing up already. Early. It had to happen earlier, right? Because it gets, because it would happen earlier. Because they don't, they get language and they lose their language. They get all the words. But that's really, not the right way to think about it. It's like kids, always get all their words. They get the words, but their vocabulary, they never say anything, with the wrong order. They don't say, they say red apple. They never say apple red. And so they keep their mouths shut. Absolutely quiet. Until they get the right word order. They will not say it. So an autistic kid gets all the problems with it. And so you just keep their mouth shut for a long fucking time. So you get that. You get all the vocabulary. Single words, and it's time to put it together, and they just keep their mouth shut. That's what he did. Anybody repeat back scripted phrases or song things. But if he understood that scripted phrases words, 3 words or something, he just would refuse. Because it kicks in that grammar thing. And it's so obvious. That was the Ladders Clinic, lady at the Ladders Clinic. Explained that. It's so obvious. It's a correct theory. What's her name? She's at the Ladders Clinic, the main one. She knows the shit. And he has Landau-Kleffner variant. It's receptive speech in the hearing part of the brain disorder. So, yeah. because they're fucking with me. Like she was always working at Harvard, and they fucking, so you have to go to their fucking psychiatrist or psychologist, and I went there, and they're like, treat me like shit. I said some shit that happened back in Carbon, and they said it's not abuse, and they're like really nasty and weird, like baiting me, and then it, like on the stuff I got out of there, but they're trying to like just shut me down, get me out, and not have it a thing, and so they're connected with that shit back there. They got to keep it slammed. I'm fucking sure of it now. And the one motherfucker, the junior, because I went to the top like psychiatry guy at Harvard, because this other MI6 motherfucker, like these guys, they're MI6. There's some garbage. And they're over at they're over in Back Bay, but they got me to. I had a garden in the Fenway. Because I took it over for the marigolds, like the one guy. He had the garden, so I have to have the garden. And that's when I was in the South End, so that's that. They're already getting me in the Fenway. The good shit. And this other MI6 motherfucker comes and starts hanging out with me. And that's the one who got me, said, yeah, you gotta go to the psychiatrist. They start giving you just your whatever downers or whatever you need or something like that. You won't be like, and instead they're like cold and they're shit to me. But the guy didn't know they're gonna be shit, right? So that guy fucks with me, does drugs and shit. He fucks with me, and then he's like puts the fucking pictures. There's some pictures of me by myself, like, and it was like, you go into fucking, you go to Harvard Yard, right? Walk all the way to the back. You go like, Harvard, the front entrance, whatever, the Harvard Yard, where the fucking Harvard station is, right, on the red line. You walk through all the way back to where the, they've got the architecture thing, the science building and whatever, but where the architecture students are. And it has like all the nice glass and the chairs. The people sit and work on their stuff. It goes way up in the air, like a stadium does. And so you go in there, and they're like, right at the door was, you turned to the left, I think, or something. And it's the picture of me blurred out, and you could tell, everyone knew it was me. Thought it was cool, and like it's embarrassing shit. And you tell what's going on and shit. It's like fucking. It's like I'm playing a guitar or something, and it's like fucking shit. It's like, and all the chicks are like, yeah, it's like, cool, something like that. It's just, oh fuck. And I was getting, man, it's like both ways. Like it was humiliating too. And that's when Jeffrey Epstein was there. Like, oh, where the Suts is the shit. Like, whoever does Jeffrey Epstein knows. Hillary and whatever. She probably got the ones that aren't blurred or whatever. They send that out, right? They got the CIA version. And then whatever, right, man? And, so that's that. And I just get irritated, man. It's like, it's not always like they're destroying me, but you'd have to really work through. And then I get an aversion, and they really were abusing me back in where I grew up. And in the new place, you could say, oh, this thing doesn't fit that. But no, they're just keeping it on hold. It's kind of hard to tell because these guys are fucking douches. They're going around like just kind of walking through life, like, but they got their like little scholarship thing or their thing kind of laid out. It didn't crash. They didn't go off track. So it might not be that it's always intentional, like to fuck me over all the way with everything, with each one. And they definitely don't do anything. Like, you can't be like, man, we were watching everything, we'll fix it. Because that ain't how it is, because they're working the thing. And you gotta be a soldier. Man, the one dude, they brought him in. So like, I used to go behind the library, and you can see that fucking house from there. And like hang out with the homeless guys and stuff. And one time, there's a cool homeless guy. He must have passed away by now. Patrick, he's a black guy. And he's with a thing. He's like whatever, he'd be alcoholic. When I was walking around, and oh yeah, and he was with some alcoholics he was drinking at night, in the middle of the night at a bank machine thing, because there used to be people go in those places. And so I went and said hi to him, and I had this cup, and it had, oh fuck, I shouldn't tell I had a baby fucking catfish that I'd rescued because he was like all trapped in some ice. And it was freezing over. That part was gonna go, so I broke through and got it. And so I'm going around with a couple of them in it. Way later, he asked me if they lived, and I said they died. And I should have fucking said they lived. I should have lied or something, because he was upset, right? But he was like all suicidal, and he's like a badass though. He's like all tall, and the fucking real guys, they know the shit. They know who that. They know that guy. He's cool. But one time, this guy was hanging around for a while. That was a piece of garbage, and he's like, a white guy in my library. They let him drift through there a little bit, and it's like fucking. Cause this will be the shit what they did to Cambridge. They let him drift through, and so this homeless guy comes. Homelessy guy, he's gotta be homeless, but he's got really nice shoes, and he's like saying some shit, like some other gang somewhere is gonna do something. And so those guys end up just jumping him and just jumping on him. They're gonna kill him. They're like running all the way down and going up and down, like bam, they're gonna break his head open, like on the pavement. And so I go and I protect him, and I got jumped. The guy kicked me. Fucking, the other guy didn't care. Like Patrick would like stop it, but and I took the guy's shoes off because otherwise they were gonna murder him. The guy was just gonna break his head, and that's the whole fucking thing. They're running a fucking thing, or it's supposed to be the murderer behind the library, or like they were gonna fucking do it. And Patrick was just gonna go to prison with him, and I said, no, take your shoes. Because they weren't brand new shoes. They were nice shoes, even though I was a homeless guy. And like fucking, I was thinking, it's, my God, so I saved the guy's life. And I had to be on top of him and stopping, and I got jumped by the other guy. And they stopped. Patrick made it stop. Now that's a dude, I'm quite sure, I think, so much sure, like a little bit later, he went and murdered that girl over in Cambridge or Somerville. You go in Cambridge and you go into the offskirts, and this is in the early 90s, yeah. And like some guy had a girlfriend, and then this other girl would be around, and they fucking murdered her out on some abandoned trailer or some kind of thing that's way out in this lot. It's like you go out some hinterland in Cambridge, and it's a famous case, and they're wondering what the fuck, but that's what that fucking was. And they run that motherfucker, and then they put him out to fucking Cambridge. Just like years later, they clear out Harvard Square and make it so that girl gets murdered, and all those guys are cleared out, and Cambridge just dies from all that. And then they like bring some of those guys. You see them wandering into fucking Back Bay and wonder what's going on or whatever the fuck. But that's what that is, man. That shit was stupid, man. I think that's that guy too. That's also fucking stupid. That guy sucked. That guy was a piece of shit. Patrick was like fucking some kind of like, he was like some weird depressed rock star kind of guy, and weird. And then they talk about there's this lady at the parking lot attendant, she'd be in their thing, and you go in there and fuck her, he said, or something like that. He's just saying it, doing it, whatever, like but that's their fucking system. They fucking run that shit. And it's like whatever, they got their grungy weird. They got their real genuine street scene going on. Yeah, they just run these motherfuckers. And the fucked up part, okay, because when I first met him, there's at least one Native American. So they let them be fucking alcoholic, and they're running the shit. And she had gotten alcoholic on her tribe, and comes in the city because it's like fuck. And she was W sitting, and I was W sitting. She said her whole tribe sits that way, and she would W sit. I think she maybe was W sitting then, but she would look at me W sitting. She said her whole tribe would W sit, and now they got her all alcoholic. And then later they bring in, oh my God, that girl that she was some kind of Indian from way out west, and then she had a problem with her teeth that they never fixed. She was going all depressed, and she's all the way hot. She's like Kim Kardashian looking, like good, and then with her teeth. And they let her go, make her go alcoholic. And have the guy And yeah, and that guy was nice. But that's somebody in my sick shit or something running the fucking shit. And they come to the temple too. And they finally came to the temple later. She didn't want to talk to me. I think they got her so she's not drinking. She had kids. She's all burned out, granny or something. Fuck, man. She was cool too, but it's all depressed, But that dude, this other dude, he was like he's some Hispanic guy and he's tall. And then even when he's derelict, he had to go around with a hospital band. And you go to the temple and he's ready to die. He has this hospital band. And then he has to go home, goes out to JP at the Orange Line, the end of the Orange Line, whatever the motherfucker. The fucking, what the fuck, I'm so out of it. The end of the line, take the bus over that, back up to Shattuck Hospital, I guess it is, right? Because I didn't know what that was before. Because I went all the way out there with him, because I thought he was going to maybe fall down or die. It's a little chilly, a little cold. And we go to this bar, like when he's waiting for the shuttle. Like after we get out to the end of the line. God, I'm just like, why am I forgetting the end of the Orange Line down there in JP? The big old, but and he got a drink and he fucking, God, I thought like, oh God, what he's gonna do? Start drinking again? It's like fucking drinks a third of it because his liver is hurting. He's gonna just fuck himself up. He's trying a little bit, and it's like, oh fuck, and that bar was depressing, man. I thought, oh my God, he's gonna start up again, and no, he couldn't do it. He's about to croak, man. But the thing is, like when he goes backwards or something, he still has total Tai Chi moves, like beyond what I could do. Like he has all the Tai Chi in his shit. Major shit. He had major fucking training. And he was like a cat. Even then, when his dereliction, he'd like fall backwards and stuff, but it'd be Tai Chi the whole fucking way. When he's all sick like that. And the two of them, they kept him. Like, somehow they got their, like, if someone said, like, oh, man, you gotta die when you're 28 or something, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix, and if you just, like, something, and they're on that track, like, it's fucking weird, man, and they're just fucking, suppressed thing, it's, like, fucking weird, I don't know why the fuck, and they're trying to run that shit, bring that by. Feel sorry for him because I was so innocent. I didn't know there was like real shit that goes on. But like it's all getting run. It's all getting run. All the motherfuckers, all the different hospitals, all the different shit. They track all the motherfuckers all over the fucking place, man. And damn, man. Yeah, so, yeah, so that's what that was, I know that now. God damn, it's before, yeah, I think they did a little thing where I think it's yeah, they're running some shit from Worcester. Even though the way I came to the temple from Worcester, my brother got a card, and I went, but maybe they would try it again some more. And like I was a little aggressive with my brother. Oh, I gotta see that card and stuff like that. Maybe they thought I just would. They'd like come to the temple, but they might have tried more if I hadn't. But or maybe it's just like the whole fucking my life trajectory. I'm made for it. I'm like programmed. This program comes from my dad and the whole fucking thing too. I gotta go to the Timothy Leary thing or something. And because that's all some of the good shit too. I got the my Israel file. They got some shit they keep and it's clean, and they don't like. Yeah. Some shit because they didn't quit, man, after World War II. And now you wonder why can they be so cruel? The Germans or what's the hell going on? All the Ukraine shit, all the Nazi stuff that's probably some fake shit. Like they're all running around like that. Yeah, they gotta go. Oh, Nazis just looking for the war. No, fucking God, man. And why would it be? And they're going to be sure that that shit just flared up, man. That shit just flared up, leading up to World War One and right after, and then, especially if they're going to be put back under Poland after World War One, it's like, what the fuck, man? And like, we're going to have our day in the sun. Ukrainian, Western Ukrainian, like the Ruthenians. And it's like, no, the Austrians treat them good. Put them, and then they have Lviv, and then it's Lvov. After World War One, then it's all the Jews and the Poles, and like everyone lives. It's like that. It's like, what is it, 80% or some outrageous thing? It's like everyone's just back, and here's the landlord. Here's your landlord, man. God, man, and they're just, God, now I know, man. They set me up, man. So I was just quitting drinking. I was whining. I had stopped, man. I go around with with just a can of fucking Coors light beer. I thought it'd be cool, like Burt Reynolds. And then just almost nothing, and so I could just go out. And I was like getting off, and then I was at the fucking thing at this trial where they have the nanny, right? And so you got MI6 and all the motherfuckers, and it's all the fake shit, that nanny, and they let her break the kid's head. They do all the fake shit, right? Lying, saying they're doing shaking baby, it's all fake. Like, gotta put that in there, and it's like they don't let it have any trial. They get like an hour each for closing arguments, and that's summations. Otherwise, it's just fucking questioning. They don't have any argument, anything. You're laying out evidence. And it's just, here's this thing, here's that thing, but not like, what does it mean? And what does this witness mean? Right? Like, they get an hour for that. And the defense had Barry Scheck for a half hour, and the other dude. And he just, Barry Scheck says, right? And it's like, that was fake, man. And so I'm there, because I had all the protesters, so I just had my beer and drink it. They should just fucking mind your own business. And they come and jump me right there. And I'm talking, they just fucking jump me and arrest me. So they put me in a cell in Cambridge. I don't think they wanted to do this, but they put me in. And then I'm like, start banging my head on plexiglass, right? On the thing. There's plexiglass there or something. Or I start protesting, something like that. They put me, wait, that's not even how I did it. It's something I'm bitching and protesting. So they put me in this other, it wasn't. So they put me in this other cell, like way up close or to the entrance. And it's got a camera facing right on me and plexiglass. And they take away all my clothes. They fucking just strip me naked just to fuck me up. That's in Cambridge. And so I started bitching. I started banging my head on the plexiglass. And it kind of rocks around, and I just was stubborn and kept going. They wouldn't do anything, and it fucked me up. That's why I have a sinus disorder. I have no sense of smell now. Man, that shit fucked me up. And they wouldn't stop, and it's because it triggered all the sexual abuse shit and everything. They fucking know that too. They fucking hid that shit, man. But that's what that was. And so they left me there forever. And that's after they had stripped me. And finally, I'm all fucked up, just fucked up, man. And they take me out to that hospital out in Cambridge, out near wherever. Leave me around, fuck around with shit, and then send me back to jail. And put me down in the morning. The judge is like, they just let me out. Or something, come back later. Go in, come back later, and I look in my face, my whole fucking forehead was just a purple thing. It goes down, and my eyes are all purple, and my nose, all the blood had pooled down. They left me like that. And I had a broken bone, like the deviated septum, like they call it, it's all broken. Because I was stubborn, and it's like, and they fucking had stripped me, man. It's like a fucking rape thing. It's like I get triggered, and so that's what happened. And then they just fucking left it, man. And I didn't show back up. And then later they fucking just grabbed me on the street in Brookline. for some reason. I said the name, and they said, "Oh, you can't wear it," and something. They put me in that motherfucker. Like the bitches, 'cause those are some scum. Dude, there's some shit. And then they brought me over there. It's like fucking. He's got this and he got that, motherfucker. And then they're like, "Oh, just let him out." You know, we never mind. We don't need it. But for that one, yeah. But for that one, like they just let me out. They're like, "Fuck this case." And but when I'm going in, they had taken me to the back parking lot or something like that, and I'm going to go into that court, that Cambridge court way out there, same where they had same place where they had the nanny trial, and so you got it, and there's like a couple cops hanging out with me, and like carrying me around. I mean, like, you know, I got my handcuffs and whatever, and the doodads, and I'm going with all my chains, and there's a young deputy, and he's messing around with a can of gasoline. Like, you know, he's pouring the last bit of gasoline out. It's just a little bit. He has to pour it out into the drain, okay? And he's smoking a cigarette. It's just in his mouth. So I know now it's all this fake out, all this shit they do, okay? And they gotta walk me right by that. And like, and they're talking a little bit, and he's doing that, and they're like talking to him, and he's like pouring that last little bit into the drain. It's got a metal cover over it, and he's got his cigarette that drips just ashes off, and it looks like it could light up that drain or go like something could fall and make all that vapor inside the drain flame and just blow stuff into his face, and maybe like splash some gasoline and like that. And they ask me, one of them says, "Oh, is this really bad? Like, what's the expert, like an expert opinion?" And they're all deferring to me. Maybe they're fucking with me for something like that, gonna ask me. And I just said, it's like not good, you're not supposed to do that. And they seem to be all nice too, like genuine. I don't think they're just like setting me up to see how I know shit. I think they're just doing some weird shit. But that would be a way you get some other shit though. Damn, man. Yeah. They seem to be nice. Fuck. But they know that. They fucked me up, man. It was just me, but no, they stripped me, man. They get stripped me, and then it's gonna be like that. Oh, they get stripped me, and then like have me doing that shit, and I'm all fucked up and triggered. And the hospital doesn't care. It's all bullshit. They know too. See, I see the shit now. Now we know. Oh, you guys see what they fucking do on the ISKCON Boston YouTube. Damn, man. Because you guys, whatever, man. See, in old German times, like, the Romans would talk about them, they analyze them, and they have the priest class. You have soldiers, that's a class, and then you have priests is separate. And it's funny, they punish the soldiers, and they do all the stuff, and do all this religious stuff, and they can call all this stuff, you know. 'Cause I wonder how anything fucking works, man. There probably is something to do with the alcohol and Colby, like the way it's running Homestead and all the thing. Because there's a certain thing with alcohol, and there's a certain flow for certain things, you know. In this street, that's where I learned all of the street stuff, chivalry, and a code of. Not a code, it's just like the spiritual. It's like a ghostly, it's like a thing. Damn, man. I had taken LSD once before I went down to Homestead. So my dad, yeah, they wanted me to go down there, but out in the Everglades, my dad and all those motherfuckers, they must have thought I was going to go to Miami. And then the chick that I had given him LSD, she's in Miami. and she does window washing, and she's a born again Christian down there. And he'd mention that like I'm supposed to go there, or some other shit, or they would just, if I just went there, they'd start finding me. In Homestead, it's like, oh shit, what do we do? What do we do with this, man? I went to one thrift store, and there's a cool chick. I wish you put a hammock in my backyard. Just put that over there. And then I'm hanging around there, and they know they're gonna keep me there for a while. And it's too damn cool. You know? They put me with Dr. David Hand. Like, and that's the shit, man. And then he'll like channel the stuff. Because like, and he'll be like, oh man, I wouldn't believe you, but he knows the shit. That's where I learned so much shit too. Damn, man. I wonder, they did, man. That's MI6 fucking, like this other faction, MI6, they fucking, I was down there, so I was living in the woods up north of Homestead. Like you go up to the canal, like, wait, 2773 something or something. It was up against the canal, and it's got the farm and stuff, and you see, you just cross the canal and it's there. You know, the woods, and then big old farm guys there. Those guys are cool. Those guys are in the thing, they know. So I'm living there, a little bit of woods, and Dr. Hand's in the woods, the shack and stuff. So I'm just, and they're cool. I'll be there for a while. But this other dude moved in, a young guy, like in his 20s. It reminds me of, oh my God, one dude, but he's like so lost, and I would see him a couple times. Like his mom dropped him off in a car. They even like made it so I'd see it or something. Somehow, maybe you just said it was a car. And he has some campsite way up, and he's so douchey and runs around. Like, and it was so weird that I think they were trying. Like, that's not just the thing, it's like something else, making an attempt, like, please, let us, have something, I don't know, let put a guy, and have, like, what's this, because you're not going to find out. Man, they had that shit, now I know, it's like locked down, man. And all the weird shit up there, and I used to walk into town. Wait, because I didn't have, oh, I had a bike. Yeah. The bike got stolen. Once I got another bike and it just got stolen. I didn't really bother, because I had to get out of there anyway. Oh, that's fine. They got me out of there. You know they got me out of there? This guy, so it used to be like, we're in the ghetto, and there's nothing. They used to fucking have like kids with umbilical hernias. It used to be their specialty. Like, I used to think, man, the American black ghetto, it's like fucking appalling. You know, this kid has an umbilical hernia, something, you know, it gets the size of a small lemon, or big lemon, or even just one. It's just horrible, man. Way bigger than a big lemon. It's up to orange, or even it gets to a small grapefruit. It's like fucking having a problem. And they probably take them to the medical thing and then trot them out by, or like they're going to the thrift store or something like that. When I'm fucking there, I realize that now. They did that. They must have. I think they're doing that because I used to freak out, you know, about these biblical hernias. And I think they were just fucking collected. They bring every motherfucker, that'd be their thing. Like, that's Colby's pet thing, to run that by me. I'm just so appalled. I'm like a Ocasio-Cortez, except I'm for real. This is outrageous. Kids have asthma. They're dying of asthma. Up against the wall, motherfucker. She did good asthma rant. It's like up against the wall. You know? Okay, the whole fucking world stops. Damn, man. So, yeah, so my one guy, so like there'd be nothing unless an ambulance came by. And it's like a fucking space vehicle. It's like all modern stuff. Because otherwise it's just ghetto in the fucking store. And they weren't allowed to go out to another neighborhood. They said they'd just get pulled back if they went out. Go up to where the Cubans are. Where the white Cubans. They got black Cubans in different parts. They go up to the brown Cubans or whatever, that you get pulled back. You get the police check your shit until you have to go home. For them. And there's store there and stuff. But yeah, he said he took some hypodermic needles off the back of a truck, off the back of the ambulance, and he could sell them around to guys, and they're all good because AIDS is coming out. Like, yeah, AIDS has already been there, so they don't want to all get AIDS, so it's like that. And maybe they even help. It's like even a lie. They got this whole other thing where it's good, because that's not bad, right? You don't want to get AIDS, right? And but I had given him money, and then and he wanted to pay me back or something like that. And so he gave me these 3 like brand new needles, and I'm supposed to have that, like, oh, instead of money. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like, yeah, this shit. And so I had them. I was like, what? I'm gonna throw them away. So I had them rolled up in my pant leg. And they used to fucking search everything up and down, unroll my pant leg, everything. So I'm going home, and I've been drinking. I'm walking, and I walk I don't walk just regular 6th Avenue on up. I used to walk that way. You know, it's like an old thing, something like 6th, and you go up, and it's nice, old, it's one of those parallel roads. Goes up north. Maybe that one does it turn into Chrome Ave even? Not the other one, the main street. Maybe the main street is Chrome Ave. But then, and so instead I walked down the old main street, like you go in a little bit. And I'm going up there, and a cop car starts talking to me, and I'm eating, and I had been drinking too much. I'm drunk, and I've got a can of ravioli I'm eating with my fingers, I think. Yeah, and I got half of it left, and I'm kind of depressed. And I said, I have to move, I have to go. And I had the shit in my pants, and he didn't check me. That's the only time they never fucking did a thing, because they used to always like do me because I'm the white guy. And they'd be like driving while black, except I'm in the ghetto. So they have to fucking do me some of the time, or like that's the thing. Actually, it wasn't a lot, but they didn't see me a lot. But that's probably something. You know, it was like that's supposed to be my scared straight. Ended up going back to Carbondale instead of Miami or something. Because that would have been stupid. I would have been falling into the douche. Oh, fuck me. Such lying motherfuckers. They're done. They had taught me their lessons. They taught me the shit, too. But, I quit drinking, too. Man, I went up there. Carbondale, I just stone cold wasn't drinking for a fucking long time. Isn't that weird? And they had fucked my dad up. He was like a lunatic. With that weird girlfriend type thing. A couple times. And then he's gonna go hang around. Jesus Christ, and he's gonna go hang around. Get ready for he's like go to Africa. USAID, run by my fucking uncle and my cousins, all this shit, and all their bullshit they run at that end. Yeah, so that's why, in a certain way they ask us. I just like, you had a little adventure. Oh, you went to the ghetto or something. They're like off, they're weird, like it's an alien or something. And it's not even just, oh man, you went to Abu Dhabi and you're hanging around thing. It's like, not like that, because they're sociologists. My dad said he knew a guy in Minnesota who had his dick, like, it's sliced up the middle like a hot dog. I guess an old days hot dog, so skin, go, huh? So the sperm doesn't go out the tip. It's like that, because he was hanging out with Aborigines out in fucking Jesus Christ, man, out in Australia, and he had to be for real. I don't know if that's true or not, but these motherfuckers are insane. Maybe they would. God, man. Like he's a sociologist, and that gives him his street creed with his sociology and anthropology or whatever. Might be fucking true, too. Oh, fuck, man. Oh yeah, and he gets to screw any fucking chick. Like, oh my god, man, right? They probably fucking did, man. Because that's the shit. Because that was like 79, 8 when he's saying it. So that shit would have been happening, and they were fucking going crazy in the 70s. And you couldn't tell which way the world's gonna go, and they'd do some fucking shit like that. Fucking, but, damn, so what was the point? I got diverted. Yeah, so, fuck, man. Because I was gonna say that. Oh, what they do? Oh, yeah, so, like, you can talk. I guess, like, oh, man, I went to the Aborigines and I did this or something like that or something. Maybe they go, Polly. And a certain pride, but I'm not with an institution. I'm also just functionally. They could be like, oh, you could write a book sometime, or something like that. Think it's something good, even though they're all bullshit, like fake. But I think there's also something. They're wondering. They're thinking, is there something else there? Is that the other side, or is there something? Because they fucking know they're in some shit. They know it. My dad fucking knew it. Like I'll have to make the video. I'll make a fucking list so I can go right through it. All the weird shit. Because it doesn't jibe. And that's why I stayed at this shit. But they're like that. Yeah, when I was down there, and I don't think, because there's all the normal ways, or if you don't care, or it's too weird, or like something weird, and you feel guilty or awkward that you're doing that to your kid or something like that. But no, I think there's some more, a little bit. And then definitely when I go to the Hare Krishnas, it's like that. Damn, man. And they had Bhakti Vic come sit right next to my dad and talk, and they were cool together. My Bhakti Vic, he's like knows the shit or be running it. You listen to Bhakti Vic, and you think he's just a crazy guy, but he's like always like the biography. That's all he does is talk about. And then so and so did something and something, and it sounds like he's got all this mental stuff because he's always got to talk someone's biography and talk about it that way, and sort of some weird ego thing which he has. But that's actually the real that's a whole language of knowing shit. It's a personal biography of every historical figure and every person he talks about. And if it's off, that's just because it's off. But if it's all the way good and you're understanding as well as you can, you're working on it, that's the top stuff to run anything, do anything. He's always like that. So he's sitting with my dad, and yeah, it's an interesting thing because Vic, you guys know Vic, he's like from some Russian aristocracy thing that had to get kicked out of Russia because of the revolution, and then they ended up in Italy, something like that. So he's got a thing, and so he's the thing, man. But he's like he's on the cool side. It's like, oh shit, man. He used to live in Moshe's, and he lived in the barn. Then you go back to the temple, and back and forth. He's that connection. Because oh my god, there's this whole fucking thing. MI6 got played, man. There's this whole fucking deep state. You're going to see the Red Sea. It's all about the Red Sea. And it's going to be Cuba. Cuba's going to open up too. And I think they'll be doing it fuck it. Check it out. What do you do with all these Palestinians? 1.5 million, 2 million. Okay. Oh, a cruel thing, being a bitch about it or something. Well, how about, no, you have to have world welfare state, certain things, you have to have Lyndon Johnson around the world, spank them to bed and put them to work, get them in a hard hat or whatever the fuck. Or whatever, right? Probably the real shit. Otherwise, it's just punt and it just keeps going on. But if they're having real solutions that are humane, normal, it could even be kick them out of their shit, but it's not just destroy their life and go be go be middle class somewhere and they're off and they'll be doing it, and that's a fucking lot of people, and the West just can't deal with people. the public schools and all that, but that's because that's the politics they run. They really could do it. That's what all I used to fucking do. But they haven't, and these guys are chomping at the bits for it. Okay, so say, like, that's the real shit. He's not, like, he talks to shit. Like, hey, man, we're going to develop real estate. It's going to be so great. It's such a miserable place. And I just like, yeah, I don't know. They just go somewhere else. And I'd be so happy here now, and act like he's just some evil shit, right? But say, like, it's not. And if that isn't, then that's probably, like, this world thing. And they'll be able to take Cuba on. Like, fucking, because Cuba, they open that up. Then it's going to be, because it's only artificial, it's closed. Like, it's by fucking U.S. does that. They'll be able to have their run on real estate and all those people running around and swamping around, and having control over the U.S. whether they're going to come here or not, because they don't have to let them in if they don't want. And that's why you have everyone fucking around. All the Cubans are running around with, like, got their relative in or something like that, because they're going to, it's not about now, man. It's like, yeah, just, go through the fucking, Jesus Christ, Mexican border and whatever the fucking, it's like, fucking, no, it's about, Jesus Christ, they'll be working on the railroad, like subverting Panama, and they'll be working on the Mexican railroad, like the paradise. It's going to be railroad, fucking Pacific to the Atlantic, and all that stuff just comes back up and down and fucking, and so they'll open that thing up. And have heavy industry, because you have to have heavy industry. That's why everyone's so poor, because they don't allow heavy industry and cheap energy. And people are expensive. But they'll have a burst of like a new heavy industry industrial revolution. They will. They dig the motherfucker out of the oil, and they'll do the shit, and then get the nuclear plants online, at least for a while, and they'll be able to straighten out these politics. And so they'll probably take Cuba too. So I think Cuba is, watch it just fucking open up in the next year or so. I think it might in the year. That thing's fucking huge. It's like a whole other Florida. It goes east-west. And it's easy. It looks like you could chop it or something in sections. They're managed like that. You have, it's very narrow. And it's got all access to the coast and all this stuff. It'll be like a feature, not a bug. All the poor, like, will be AOC, except for fucking real and not some fake ass. It used to be all I was trying to do at that time.